You've done everything right. Good marks, a respected college, a job that sounds impressive when someone asks at a family gathering. Your parents are proud. From the outside, you're exactly where you should be. But somewhere, maybe at 2 a.m., maybe in the middle of a meeting, a quiet question surfaces. Is this it? Is this really what I'm here to do? You feel guilty for asking. So many people have it harder. You have opportunity, stability, a future. Why does it feel hollow? This feeling has a name, and it is not new. 5,000 years ago, the finest warrior in ancient India dropped his bow, sat down in his chariot, and asked the exact same question. His name was Arjuna, and his crisis, in every way that matters, is yours. Kurukshetra, two vast armies facing each other. On one side, the Pandavas, 5 brothers who spent years in exile, stripped of their kingdom. Today they take it back. On the other, the Kauravas, their cousins, who stole everything through deceit, backed by the greatest generals of the ancient world. Standing between them in a golden chariot driven by his closest friend Krishna is Arjuna, the greatest archer alive, trained for exactly this moment. His cause is just, his skill is unmatched. He asks Krishna to drive to the center. He wants to see the enemy. He looks, and he sees his grandfather, silver-haired, beloved. His teacher Drona, who shaped him into the warrior he became. His cousins, his uncles, people he grew up with, laughed with. The great Arjuna begins to tremble. His bow slips from his fingers. His body goes cold. His mouth dries. He says to Krishna, "My limbs fail me. My mouth is parched. I cannot stand." And then, these words, reaching across 5,000 years. What is the point? Why win a kingdom bought with the blood of everyone he loves? What good is victory if it costs everything that made victory worth wanting? He has the skill, the cause, the right side, but he cannot find a reason inside himself big enough. So he says, "I will not fight," and he sits down. Now, how different is that really from where you are? You didn't choose the family you were born into or the expectations that came with it. You didn't design the path, the right school, the right stream, the right entrance exam, the right company. But somewhere along the way, you found yourself standing in the middle of it, and you look around, at colleagues grinding for promotions they don't actually want, at your parents' dreams quietly transferred onto your shoulders, at the polished version of your own life online that doesn't match what you feel when you're alone, and you ask, what is the point? Arjuna's battlefield was Kurukshetra. Yours might be a career you chose because it was safe, a degree you're finishing because quitting would disappoint too many people, a life that looks right from the outside and feels hollow from the inside. The weapons change, the paralysis is identical. Krishna doesn't dismiss Arjuna's pain. He doesn't say, "Man up, stop being dramatic, just do your duty." He says something that sounds harsh at first. You grieve for those who do not need your grief. Then he explains. The self, what the Gita calls the Atman, is not the career, the title, the reputation. It is something beneath all of that, and it cannot be destroyed by failure, by wrong choices, or by a life that took a detour. The fear of getting it wrong is what locks you in place. The Gita's answer, you are not your mistakes, you are not your results, you are something far more durable than any outcome. Then comes the most important line, Karmanye vadikaraste, ma phaleshu kadachana. You have the right to perform your actions, you have no right to the fruits. Do your work, fully, honestly, with everything you have, but do not make the outcome the reason, not the salary, not the approval, not the rank. Modern life taught us the opposite, choose based on rewards, and when the reward isn't sweet enough, we feel cheated, empty. That emptiness is not evidence that something is wrong with you. It is evidence that you are performing for results rather than acting from who you genuinely are. Eventually, Arjuna picks up his bow, not because the fear went away, not because the outcome was guaranteed, but because he understood something he hadn't before. The self that acts is not the self that suffers results. His duty was to show up fully and honestly and let go of everything after. Your Kurukshetra might be an offer you're afraid to take, a path your family laid out before you were old enough to choose, a version of yourself you haven't yet allowed yourself to become. The battlefield changes, the crisis does not, and neither does the answer. Do your work, let go of the fruit, and trust who you are beneath the role the world gave you.